What's going on, guys? Tugi here, back again with another episode of this series that has an incredibly long name. You know what it is, though. You clicked on it, and if you don't, what are you doing? This isn't episode 1. Go back to the start. My goodness, because you're going to get spoiled, because this team is in a very interesting spot, because for the very first time, really, I mean, technically, yeah, we won a playoff series. We beat the Dallas Devils in somewhat convincing fashion. I feel like that's fair to say, right? Yeah, maybe 7 games. But we beat the Dallas Devils and set ourselves up now for this showdown against the Hamilton Hounds, former champions and a team that have really been one of the originals to just take over in this very unique set of circumstances. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with how the team performed in that first round. We did make changes as the series went on, particularly on the defensive side of things. And, you know, we'll continue to do so if need be. But first and foremost, Emil Vinny is going to be our starter for obvious reasons as we get ready for this series against the Hounds. But yeah, we'll continue to make adjustments as we may need to. For now, let's focus on the task at hand. The Hamilton Hounds stand in our... Oh, God. Oh, God. They have depth. Whew. Okay. Well, we start off with Ron Wall, who was the last... one of the last picks. Not the last, but one of the last picks in the 2026 draft. Of course, they got a player like that. Good God. He is centered by Zach Benson, who has been a star in this league, and Cesar Mercier, we'll go with, who was the 27th overall pick out of 48 first rounders this past draft. Second line, Marco Ilanen, 5 points in 5 games. Matthias Lander was the last pick of the 2024 first round. And Nick Lardis. Lard is Nicholas. Third line, Will Garrior. Will is someone else who has a last name that people look at and they go, oh, God. It could be Jerrier. That's the best part. Will the more the Jerrier. And Skylar Madden. And a fourth line of Jace Burns, I believe. Nope, third line still Jace Burns. I thought so. Fourth line of Oren Santazo and his lovely hair. Marco Sikic and Colby Saganuk. I don't know how much the mustache is working out for you there, Colby. Is someone else who just it doesn't happen for, you might be there. Defense. God, they're well-rounded. Edouard Cornway. Cornway with Andrew Perreault or Parrott. We're going to go with Perreault. All I remember is about 5-6 years ago, someone's like, in the YouTube comments, watch out for this guy. He should be like a medium elite. He's going to be a stud. I have a feeling that was Andrew's younger brother or something like that. Second pair, Nathan Drepeau alongside Isaac Enright, and a third pair of Sisu Petteri Lettonen. He has that Sisu. With Simon Kubicek. Simon Kubicek. Simon. Yeah. Their goaltender is, former Seattle Thunderbird Thomas Milic. Fuck, he's good. And Josh Rosenzweig as the backup. No injuries, healthy scratches. Ethan Ernst, Ulf Enroth, and Hayden Smith. That's a hell of a team. And I think we can see now why Hamilton, as mentioned, have been near the forefront here. I mean, just the amount of 70 overall players they have. I mean, I sent down one, but they have drafted incredibly well, even compared to us. I mean, they don't have a number 1 overall pick, at least not recently like we do. And they're still as good as they are. Before we get into game number 1, 60-50-74, 73-65. I didn't catch what the goaltending was, but shout out to the Hamilton Hounds. I have no idea how this series is going to go, but when do I ever? It is game number 1. This best of 7 against the number 1 seed Hounds. First period is goalless, which isn't the worst case scenario. Second period, that's far from the worst case scenario. 2 goals for Booth, 1 for Moses, as Wall gets 1 back. But how about Booth getting that call up and putting in work for us? We're up 3-1 at the start of the third period. Hamilton's still out shooting us, which is a little bit concerning if we're being honest. And Vuka Fuji scores. Make it 4-1 as we have found a way to get to Milic. And the Whalers take game 1. Oh my goodness. Empty net goal at the end. 5-1 is your final score. Who the hell saw that coming? Vinny stops 36 of 37. Great games for Booth and for Keith. And my goodness. My goodness. I mean, those combinations worked out very, very well. And yeah, what a game for Emil Vinny. He's going to be really approaching, I believe, a 960 after that. I really should go turn off auto rotate so I don't have to put him back in every time. But hey, it at least gives us a chance to look at his updated numbers. 956 and a 161 goals against average. Outrageous. But it is still early in the series. It could go poorly quite quickly. We'll see what happens. First period. Yeah, there you go. 2-0 Hamilton. Shorty for Ilonen and Lander. 7-5 in terms of shots. 2-0 on the board. Second period. Yep. Okay, it's our turn. Mercier, Kubashek, and Madden. Oswald gets 1 back on the power play. Being outshot 26-11, I am going to quick sim the third period and hope for a miracle, and the miracle did not happen. Lindgren and Burns. 6-2, your final score. And certainly not the game we were hoping for Mr. Vinny. Yeah, an 8-13. So that save percentage just took a pretty massive hit. I don't know if we can keep Dragicevic and Pakarainen together. Maybe we can give it one more shot, because a good game and a bad game, just, clean slate and say from here on is what matters. Perhaps that's the way to go. Yeah, Emil dropped down to a 929. He is still our guy. Game 3. We're not going to make any changes yet. Although, I don't know how confident I am, even though we're on home ice. First period, 2-1 Whalers. Misa and Oswald on the power play. Ilonen gets 1 back for Hamilton. Second period, nothing doing. Okay, I'm still not overly confident with a 1-goal lead, but that's okay. And no, it's not. Zach Benson. And then Zach Benson again. Lovely. 2 goals in less than... Oh, God, it's... We knew heading into the series this was going to be tough. Their depth is just on a different level. It really is. We're trying our best to hang in there. We took game number 1. We're underdogs for a reason. And yeah, right now, things aren't looking too good for the Whalers. Before game 4, I do want to take a look at some updated numbers. Now, Vinny has done great, but Scott Rotzlaff deserves a chance to win back this starting spot. Daryl Little, 6 games played in the -1, hasn't done much. Jonathan Chow, 7 games played in a -1. Watkins, of course, did well in the first round, so he's safe. Pakarainen has actually been pretty good. And then what about Stajan? Stajan has actually been okay, too. So Little and Chow would be the ones to move on from and to try to get other players into the mix that might do okay. Now, obviously, you start to think about Parker and Skinner being the top options, and, well, they are. And we need them to step up. Although Bakos is there, hasn't gotten a chance yet, but you know what? I do think we're going to send him down. We'll send down Chow as well. I mean, we need Parker to work out. Otherwise, we got to try to get him claimed on waivers or something, because that's a lot of money that he takes up. A whole lot of money. And I think that'll set up Dragicevic to be on the other side. So let's get Parker in there. Let's get Skinner in there. We got to pretty much go with our best available options, at least if we can. Now, obviously, this is incredibly problematic. Not that I'm too worried about minuses because they only mean so much. Yikes. We're going to try it. We're going to try it anyway. I'm not too worried. That's a lie. I'm very worried, but we'll do what we got to do. Russ Ray only has that one goal. Aside from that, he's been struggling. Oswald, 4 points, but a -4. McCarty. Okay. So what we're going to have to do here, it's pretty clear to me. Best available players. That's it. That's all we can do, with the exception of Watkins and Stajan. But yeah, for the forwards, let's get our best available guys in there. Keith, though, on the other hand, he deserves his spot. Moses as well. 6 points, but a -6. Let's get Seikola back in there. Left wing side, we know Booth has put up some points. 4 points and a +1 in 7 games. That's not bad. McCarty, no points, -2. Lindgren, 4 points, -2. And Vukafuji has actually been pretty good. We don't have a clear and obvious call-up, but we will drop McCarty for Ahonen, just to hope for the best. And then, yeah, our centers are basically our centers. So I don't know how well this is going to work out necessarily, but we're going to go best lines. And we are going to go with the highest rated players in each spot. And we are going to hope. Is hope going to carry us as far as we want it to? I doubt it. But we're going to hope. And apparently, if we... I don't even care that we're playing Skinner out of position, whatever. We'll run with that defense. It's fine by me. And again, Scotty Ratzlaff is going to get another chance. I know Vinny's been great, but he has technically lost 2 in a row. And we'll give Ratzlaff one more chance. Needless to say, if he loses this one, then I don't know how long he'll be here. First period, 1-0 Hounds. Zach Benson on the power play. Second period, 4-0 Hounds. Quick sim the third. Yep. Okay. They're too good. They're too good. Parity in this league is already starting to not exist. And yeah, 3 losses in a row after taking game 1. We've allowed 16 goals in 3 games. Vinny will be back in for this, and let's get this over with, and we can turn this into a draft episode, essentially, because we are looking dead in the water here. Because Whalers. First period, 1-1, Shepherd and Wall. Second period, still 1-1. Shots were about even as well as we head into the third period. Lardish scores. So that sucks. 2-1 Hamilton, make it 2-2, shorthanded for Seikola. Can we hold on to it? If it goes to overtime, I don't know if I can't be asked. I cannot be asked to get my hopes up here. I just can't do it. So we're going to sim it. Will this be the end of our season at the hands of the #1 seed Hamilton Hounds? We're having to wait a little bit for the answer, but there it is. Indeed. Indeed. The series is over. We win game 1 only to lose 4 straight games. Hamilton got off to such a strong start. I don't know if Landeskog scored. He actually didn't, did he? He didn't score a single goal. And that's a huge, huge part as to why we failed. Is it wasn't a very good season or series for the likes of Landeskog and Misa. Obviously, their seasons were phenomenal. Our depth scoring could not do a damn thing. We're just not quite there yet. Right? But I think we saw some breakouts this season. Dan Watkins, all of a sudden, ML Vinny might be the guy in goal. there are some positives to take away from that series, and we will continue on. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. We will go through the drafts, and we'll take it from there. But like I said, I think we learned some lessons this season as the New York Raiders have won the championship, the Stanley Cup, the WHA title. Connor Bedard's New York Raiders defeating Hamilton in 7. Every single series through the first 3 rounds, Hamilton ended in 5, so no shame there from us. But they met their match, the battle of 1 versus 2, and the New York Raiders are champions in 2028. I mean, we can't compete with that. We cannot compete with this. Not right now, at least. Connor Bedard's a different animal. He is an absolute machine that we cannot begin. He has 90 points in 75 career playoff games. We cannot compete with that yet. That's just a fact. Jerry Fritz as well. The promising side of things is that we have our guy in Landeskog. We just have to make sure that we find the Jerry Fritzes of the world, or Joel Johnson, who was a Houston Aeros pick nonetheless. We have to find players like that in the draft to really be those accentuating pieces for Misa and for Landeskog, because right now we just can't do it. Charlie DeRoche. At one point you were a half-decent prospect. We had you in an old franchise mode. Oh, goodness. But yeah, for now, we cannot compete with a team the likes of the New York Raiders, as, again, now you had Hamilton winning the Year 2 title. It was Seattle. Now the New York Raiders getting it done over the Hamilton Hounds, who won the President's Trophy. Zach Benson won the Art Ross, as we knew. He also won the Hart Trophy. Axel Sandin Pelika wins the Norris for Dayton. Benson wins the Bing. Mercier won the Calder. I mean, they're just stacked. It's amazing that, wow, you gave it to Fritz, huh? We're going to have to go back and look at those numbers. Korolyuk in Seattle wins the Vezina. Shaw in Dallas won the Jack Adams. Selke goes to Leo Carlson. Zach Benson to Ted Lindsay. And Landeskog, of course, won the Rocket Richard, which is outstanding. Owen Sillinger scored the most points and was league MVP. From there, I don't think we'll have too many familiar names. There is Kapla, but I don't remember his name. Nicky Rue, second goaltender of the year award in 3 seasons. Not bad at all. But yeah, controversial to say the least, I would reckon. I mean, plus 13 to plus 8, 1 point back. I don't know how with 21 goals in 23 games you don't give Connor Bedard MVP of the playoffs, but hey, it's none of my business. From there, we move on. Big time draft for us here as Tampa are the big winners of the lottery, moving up from 12 to 2. And of course, we will not be in a lottery situation for the very first time. As we look at the retired players this year, Marcus Nenonen, and a lot of other players that never would have gotten a shot had we not had a league set up like this. Alex Aliardi, former Plymouth Whaler. He was on the Plymouth Whalers around the time Tyler Seguin was, or at least a little bit after. This is one of the main reasons why I'm enjoying this. I'm just looking at all these names of the past that I would have roster edited back in the day and that I haven't heard of in forever. Shout out to Maple Leafs legend, the Love Doctor, Victor Louvre. But yeah, damn, that's it's kind of nuts. And then goalie-wise, Parker Gahagen, the winningest goaltender to retire. Jonas Enroth is gone. So with that, the draft, as some real players become scouts, which is cool. Let's see. The 2028 drafts. The Wave want to trade that second pick, but no trades allowed. We will go to pick number 39. And so far, the quality appears to have dropped off quite a bit. Is this Bobby Boucher? It is not. Let's take a look at the very top of the drafts. Franchise level player Calvin Hart on his way to the Vegas White Tigers. Oof. Oh, wow. Really, two low overall medium elites there compared to pick number 2 and 3. Let's see who's available to us here, if anybody. Edwin Weimer, obviously, we wouldn't look at. Wilford, we don't know enough about. Braden Salcido. He's a risk. There is Mark Bodie. 3 years out. 3 out of 4 for medium elite. Zane Murray. Unconfirmed 3 years out. Unconfirmed crease crasher, but does have relentless. Not bad. Or a confirmed medium top 4 defenseman, Yuri Chubasov out of Latvia. I mean, Latvians know how to win, don't they? So he has confirmed quick pick. Is there anybody else? Franklin Trotter, Slovenian. Confirmed medium top 6, no abilities. There's another defender, Nathaniel Riley. 3 years out, unconfirmed edges. Pasi Tirvainen. Oh God, so this is a bit scary because there's quite a few options here, isn't there? We're much more likely to get this wrong. I'm going to get everybody onto the short list, and then we will call a timeout because obviously we're going to have to. And we will figure it out from there. But we saw how important a pick like this is, even though we made the playoffs. We have seen the success that other teams have had. So can we find a way? Glenn Cross not looking all that good. Looks like the quality starts to dip. Okay, let's go call that timeout. Let's see what we have here. We will start off by searching goaltenders on the list. Not a single one. Defenders. All right, so Salcido, unconfirmed, low elites, unconfirmed 4 years out, unconfirmed Schneip. For a defender, I don't trust that. There's Brandon Zhao, 4 years out, no abilities, unconfirmed potential. There's Riley, confirmed 3 years out, unconfirmed ability. Riley's definitely over Zhao, probably over Salcedo as well. There is Vyacheslav Vorobyov, 4 years out, no abilities. So right now, Riley's still winning. And then Yuri Chubasov, unconfirmed 3 years out, but does have quick pick where Riley has an unconfirmed ability. It's got to be Chubasov if we're taking a defender. Has to be, just for the confirmed ability. If we take a right wing, it's Franklin Trotter, 3 years out, no abilities. If we take a left wing, it's Mark Bodie. So let's compare the 3 centers and then figure out what our top forward option would be. So Samson, 4 years out, unconfirmed potential, no abilities. Tirvainen, 3 years out, same potential, no abilities. Or Zane Murray, unconfirmed 3 years out, has relentless, is a bit more of a risk, but Murray wins that. So of the forwards, Trotter, confirmed 3 years out. Bodie, unconfirmed potential, unconfirmed 3 years out. Damn, 3 out of 4 medium elite looks pretty good. Or Zane Murray, unconfirmed 3 years out, but has an X factor. It's the X factors that went out for the chemistry. So it comes down, for me at least, between Murray and Chubasov. It's a tough call. We have to go for Zane Murray, just in case he actually has that gold. From the Oshawa Generals, Zane Murray is our pick. He is a low elite, 62 overall sniper. Does he have that gold X factor? Yes, he does. And it's not even crease crasher. It's Schneip. All right. Relentless beauty, backhand, shock and awe, and make it snappy. He's a shooter, and that is a great secondary scoring threat behind Michael Misa. We did pretty well there, especially compared to what the rest of the competition was looking like around the time that we made that pick. Now the question is, Chubasov, 64 medium 4, did have abilities, but a 64 overall medium top 4 compared to a 62 low elites. Salcido, ooh. Okay, not upset about missing out on Chubasov. You can raise the question, forward or defender. The guy that we got versus Salcido, who's basically the defensive version of him. You can raise the question of, did we get it right? Based off of what we knew, I'm not sure. But I don't hate it. Is it a home run, though? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Did we make the right choice? Let's take a look at who's available to us now. In a lot of ways, we couldn't have gone wrong. And we are already towards best guess territory here. There's Eric Strom. There's another one. Mateo Davis. In a lot of ways, I'm trying to look at point totals now as well. If we were to risk it on anybody, there is Andrew. And again, it could be Wynn, could be Nguyen. I'm going with Nguyen. Because I knew someone who had that last name. I explain it every time. I know someone who has that last name. That's how he pronounces it. So take it up with him. Spike Paul. Oh, God, there's another one. There is Tommy Allen. I mean, the medium nines are there as safety nets. There's a goalie in Wilson Fragapani. Quinn Prust. Might be worth the risk. 2 out of 4 for low elites. Pretty damn risky, though. Oh, goodness. Yeah, the quality of this draft took a big hit. Very, very quickly. I need to use another timeout here. We have to sort out by known potential and see if we can pull off some 2-for-1 specials. So goalie-wise, there's Winchester, Fragapani, Rensfeld that are rather interesting. Larry Lyon, great name, but he is 19. It's a little bit more concerning. So there are the 3 goalies there who might be worth the risk. Defensively, Stolars later in the draft for sure. And then we get this trio, nope, more than the trio, there were 4 of them. This quadruple of low elites. On the wing, it's Prust and Garon to go best guess with. Left wing wise, maybe Coburn. Again, more low elites. There is Tollefson, the Finn. 3 out of 4 for a medium top 6. And then at center, nobody great if we rule out Mr. Nguyen there. Right, so on this short list then of players who are projected to go next, and actually before that, so there's the 3 out of 4 medium elite, this high elite. Well, we'll make it to the next medium elite. So there's this high elite in Fragapani. We might not make it to Iverson, so it's a 2 out of 4 low elite. A 3 out of 4 medium elite goalie, or a medium 9, which we'll rule out. 2 out of 4 low elite, 2 out of 4 low elite, the other medium 9 that we can rule out. Tollefson should still be there. Coburn wouldn't be. I think we got to go for that goalie. You know, we can't go off of who we think is going to be the best. Like, we can't go off of need. It's just going to be best available. Trent Winchester of Luleå looks like he might be the best option. So, Winchester, congratulations. You are the pick. You didn't let me down. You are a medium elite, but you are only a 54 overall at 19 years old. But still, in this challenge right now, that's not inherently a bad thing. It's still not quite a death sentence. So, obviously now, we need to look between those who are projected now and around 183. So if we look at goalies again, I'd prefer not to take someone. It's Rensfeld. We don't have to worry about right now. So we have Tambellini, a 2 out of 4, low elite. We have the 3. Okay, so it's got to be a forward. Oh, I would say. I mean, it's 3 left wingers. It's got to be the best forward of the bunch. And we're going to go for Antti Tollefson. And just kind of hope. Just kind of hope. Will the Finn make it happen? He does. He is a medium top 6, 51 overall at 19. So a couple of projects in this draft so far, but not the worst thing in the world. We go on to round number 4. We only got 4 players left on our list. So obviously pick 183, add 48. That comes out to 231. So we got to hope that Cizikas is available later on. We took a goalie earlier on, so we are going to go for Cohen Stolars with this pick, who is a low elite, 56 overall, 19 years old. We're ending up with a lot of overagers, but at least the potentials are solid. And will our other guy be available? Yes, he will be. Chance Cizikas is our pick here, and unfortunately, he is a miss. 2 out of 4 low elites. They are a crapshoot. God, who the hell do we even take next? I hate the potential with a passion, but a low top 6 forward and, Jake Nikulin. Let's go for him out of desperation. He is a low 6, 49 overall, but maybe those potentials will be a little bit more valuable to us in this run. And there's one more in the form of Brendan Hewson, another overager, but what else are we going to do? And he's a low 9, so that's even worse. All in all, don't think it was a terrible draft for us. Again, showing Dallas, gotta love it. Those first couple picks were pretty good, given the circumstances. We need some player development, which obviously you can never fully rely on, unfortunately. We're also going to have a lot of staff and scout changes this year. But looking at our goaltending, Armalise, we can obviously drop him for now. Winchester can pretty much immediately be brought in to compete with Russia for the job. And Ratzov and Vinny still in goal, so we're good there. Defensively, yeah, we're gonna have to make a choice here on a couple of people, I would imagine. So a little bit to sort out on that front. Moses is an RFA, McCarty and Ahonen, and then obviously the big one that you would have seen, Michael Misa is an RFA. So we got some interesting situations ahead of us, but we will solve them next time. For now, I will thank you for joining me, and we will be back very, very soon with more of this WHA 48 team custom franchise.